Amanda Benson is suing her former best friend, 27-year-old secretary Amy Lamb, for breaking an apartment lease and for an assault.
Order. All rise. Yeah, this is case number 426 on the calendar in the matter of Benson versus Lamb. Parties have been sworn in, Judge. You may be seated. Folks, have seats, please.
Ms. Benson, according to your complaint, you and the defendant were very good friends and decided to rent an apartment together. Both signed the lease for 1 year. Problems arose very early on. Within a few months, the defendant became impossible to live with. She finally moved out. You were, according to you, forced to sign an agreement releasing her from the lease, but you say now that you want what she owes you under the lease for half of the rent, and you are also suing her for an assault that you allege occurred after she moved out.
Yes.
The defendant says that you breached an agreement with her with regard to this apartment by having your boyfriend live there, and that forced her to move out, and that you, in fact, assaulted her, and she is countersuing for the return of her deposit, and she's also suing you for an assault. Is that right?
That is correct.
Okay. You were friends for 5 years before you decided to live together?
Yeah, best friends.
And in what month did you sign this lease?
October.
Just the two of you?
Yes.
What was the rent?
The rent was $560 a month for the 2-bedroom that we were renting.
And what was the deposit?
It was $250.
And each of you paid the $250?
We split that in half, so each of us paid $125.
Okay. Now, is this the boyfriend?
This is the boyfriend.
How often did the boyfriend stay over?
For the first 2 weeks of the lease, she did not stay there one night. She was at her ex-boyfriend's house.
That's not my question. My question is, how often did your boyfriend stay at the apartment?
6 nights out of the week.
And then?
And then she did not stay there the first 2 weeks of the 1 month that we were living together. And when she didn't come home, because I work full-time, I go to school full-time till 10 o'clock at night. So by the time he did come over, it was 10:30 at night, and if she wasn't there, I wanted him to stay for my safety. I felt safer having somebody stay there with me.
How many nights a week did he stay at the apartment?
6 nights a week.
And how long did you live in the apartment, you? How many months?
1 month.
1 month?
Yes.
And for the 1 month that you actually lived together, he was there all the time?
Yes, ma'am.
And he wasn't paying any rent?
No, ma'am.
That's not right. Why should he live there full-time and not pay rent?
He didn't have anything there. He didn't shower there. He didn't bathe there. He didn't do anything.
I'm not talking about his physical hygiene, Miss Benson. I'm talking about the fact another person is living in the apartment and not paying any rent. It's not right that he lived there. And you can't tell me that he never took a shower there.
He took a shower there once. She had another boy take a shower at 3 o'clock in the morning there. She's had 2 different guys there.
You mean living there?
No. 2 different guys at different times.
I'm talking about living there. There's a difference between having a date come over once or twice and having somebody live there.
She had a guy stay there like 4 nights the week she actually stayed there for the first time.
Okay. You don't get it. Okay, so then you decided, after he's living there, you decided that you wanted out. So you asked her if you could leave.
Well, I specified before I even moved in with her that he could stay over 3 nights a week at the most. I stressed that over and over. And
you did talk about it?
Yes.
Okay.
And when it was a continuance every single night, and I tried to talk to her like adults, and every morning his car was there, his shoes were there, I just felt like I had no privacy.
I got you, Miss Lamb.
Okay.
According to your answer, you asked her if she would sign the papers off, releasing you from the lease.
She refused to.
She said no. So you started to be a bad roommate.
Yeah.
What were you doing? Give me some idea of what you were doing.
Not cleaning up after myself.
You did a lot of things that you knew would irritate her.
Yes.
Okay. And she finally
agreed
to let you out of the lease.
Yes. We mutually signed it. She was in no duress when...
I'll make up my mind whether she was in duress.
Okay.
Okay. So you signed off on the lease.
I signed it due to the fact she was leaving the doors unlocked at the apartment when I came there at 10 o'clock at night by myself.
Well, where was he?
Well, I called him when I got out of school, and if she was not there, he would come over around 10:30 at night.
Is he living with you now?
No.
Who is?
Myself.
You mean he stopped staying over 6 nights a week?
Sometimes, yes. But it's
Miss Benson, for the month that you were living together with her, and he's irritating her that he was there 6 nights a week. He was there. Then she moves out, you're living by yourself, and according to you, he's not over 6 nights a week. You think that I believe that? That's stupid. I mean, it doesn't make sense. Well, Miss Benson, it doesn't make sense at all. The fact that he may not be giving any money towards the rent isn't my concern. But if you are still together, if he's still your boyfriend, what changed?
A lot has changed. I was pregnant, a lot of stuff happened, and I'm not as close to him as I was anymore.
Did you drag him here today to court?
I drag him here because he's my only witness.
Did you drag him here to court?
I didn't drag him, no.
When was the last time he stayed over at your apartment?
Before we left on the plane.
Get Leo. All right. Let's talk about this assault. Claims she assaulted you. When?
November 29th, 2002.
And what day did she move out of the apartment?
She moved out on the 21st. We signed the lease agreement on the 19th.
Okay. So what happened on November 29th?
I was designated driver for my boyfriend and my brother. We were at the underground bar, and I walked into the restroom, and she was in there with one of her friends. I bumped into her. She starts calling me a name, and we got into a little...
When you say you bumped into her, you mean you met her, or you actually bumped into her?
I bumped into her. The way you walk around the corner in the bar, it's like a blind spot. She was standing right there in front of the mirror, and I just walked. I brushed up against her, and it turned into a pushing match, basically. And then I pushed her into the hallway so a bouncer or somebody could break it up, because I was in there by myself.
So you pushed her?
Into the hallway so we could get out of there.
So you pushed her?
Yes.
And what happened next?
She splashed her bottle of Smirnoff Ice in my face. The bouncer came between us, facing me. She winged a bottle at my head. We got kicked out of there. And then another incident happened at the other bar.
Just a second. What did you say? Winged a bottle at my head?
She threw a bottle at my head.
Okay. Were you injured?
No, it missed me.
Oh, so it missed you. So how did she assault you? Where did she assault you?
Well, she tried to kick me, and then the assault came at the next place.
That initial confrontation at the bar, you're not suing for?
Not that one.
You're suing for the next one?
Yeah.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
I don't want to have to make you look foolish. I will. Okay. And he knows there is nobody better at making somebody who's lying look foolish.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Amanda Benson says ex-roommate Amy Lamb owes for breaking their apartment lease. Amy says Amanda was allowing her boyfriend to stay for free.
All right, so tell me what happened at the next one.
I was leaving the next bar, me, my brother, and my boyfriend, and we were walking out of there, and she was at the front door. When I tried to walk past her, she grabbed my shirt. She scratched my chest. The pictures didn't show up. Otherwise, I had pictures of a big old scratch on me. And she spit on me, spit in my face, and all I know is somebody she was with tried to throw a punch at me.
Okay, and that's what you're suing for?
Well, yeah, it caused a lot of stuff. A lot of stuff happened.
Okay. Anybody arrested?
No.
Police called?
No.
Did you seek... Shh.
I'm sorry.
Did you seek medical treatment anywhere?
Not for that.
Well, that's all I'm interested in. Okay, now, Miss Lamb, you say that she assaulted you.
Yes, ma'am.
So why don't you tell me your version of the events of the 29th?
She came into the restroom at the first establishment, purposely ran into me, and she turned around and almost fell over. I believe she was intoxicated.
I was drunk, or I was pregnant.
Don't speak, Miss Benson. You have to be quiet. You had your turn. Go ahead.
I tried to leave the restroom, and she pushed me from behind. My friend here witnessed everything, and the bouncer came out when we exited the restroom. There were drinks tossed, and she got kicked out and is not able to return to that establishment. And we walked over to the next place.
Well, why did you leave if she got kicked out? Well, you all got kicked out.
No, I didn't get kicked out. We just stayed, and then we went to another club. I was showing the doorman my ID, and she punches me in the face. I have a police report that has...
Can I see it, please?
Yes, ma'am.
Miss Benson, do you remember punching her?
No, I did not punch her. If I did, I tried to defend myself because somebody was throwing punches at me or I was being scratched or grabbed. It was in the middle of a bunch of people.
I was walking in the club. I wasn't even in there yet.
I was walking out of the club.
You have any witnesses? Step up. Tell me your name.
Chelsea Sales.
Ms. Sales, were you at both clubs that evening with the defendant?
Yes, I was.
When you got to the second club, I want you to tell me what, if anything, you observed.
I was the first one that walked in, and I saw the plaintiff as I walked in, so I turned around to look at Amy to make sure she was okay, and next thing I know, she's throwing punches. The plaintiff was throwing punches. She hit Amy, and she hit our friend Stephanie, and Amy was bleeding.
She did?
Yes.
Did you see her connect with a punch?
Yes, I did. And then the bouncers came, and I was pushed up against the wall.
Okay. Was your boyfriend with you that night, Miss Benson?
Yes, he was.
Step up. Tell me your name.
Anthony Sandell.
Mr. Sandell, what kind of work do you do?
I work for a rental company.
Where do you live?
I live with my parents.
Sure you do. What's a big strapping guy like you still living at home?
I don't have anybody to move out with.
Sure you do. Sure you do. Plaintiff says you were living with her 6 nights a week for a month.
Actually, I was not living there since nothing of mine was there.
Is that what you consider not living there because you had no clothes there?
I stayed there probably about 6 nights out of the week when Amy was not there.
Is what you're telling me now, Mr. Sandell, under oath, that once she moved out, you stopped staying over there?
No, I didn't stop staying there completely.
You stopped staying over there 6 nights a week? Is that what you're telling me, sir?
I stayed there quite a bit, and...
Mr. Sandell?
Yes.
I don't want to have to make you look foolish. I will. I will.
Okay.
And he knows there is nobody better at making somebody who's lying look foolish. I can do it. I can humiliate you. You don't want me to do that, do you?
Not really.
Good.
Judge Judy will continue in a moment. And later today,
You took his head and you pushed it down, causing his tooth to break.
Yes.
Is the scenario that your son gave to you the same one that he just gave to me, or was it slightly different?
Slightly different.
real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Amanda Benson says ex-roommate Amy Lamb owes for breaking their apartment lease. Amy says Amanda was allowing her boyfriend to stay for free.
You were at the club on the 29th with your girlfriend, is that right?
That is correct.
Was she pregnant at the time?
Actually, yes, she was.
Was she drinking at the time?
No, she was not.
Are you telling me that she had nothing to drink?
I think
She just told me that the drinks were flying.
That was
Mr.
from her.
Sandell? No, she said the drinks were flying. Are you telling me she had nothing to drink? Is that what you're telling me?
That is what I'm telling you.
Did you get thrown out of the first club too, or just the plaintiff?
I got kicked out of there too, yes.
Mm-hmm. So it must have been pretty bad for you to get kicked out.
Not really.
Not really?
No.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we both know the owner of the club, both me and her. We know the owner.
You both know the owner?
Yes.
I know the owner.
Shh. What difference does it make? Both know the owner.
That's why she got to stay.
Well, you both know the owner, according to
Some
the
of
plaintiff.
us know the owner better than the other.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Listen, police report says that she had a bloody mouth and that she had a knot on her head. I have a witness who says that you threw the first punch. And I also have an independent report saying that there were injuries. You had no injuries, none whatsoever. Your lawsuit's dismissed. Your lawsuit with regard to any rent that she owes you is dismissed because you signed off on the lease that she could leave because you breached an agreement that you had with her that while each of you had a boyfriend, they weren't going to be living there. I find that you and Mr. Sandell were living together despite the fact that he didn't keep a change of underwear at your house and he was smelly because he didn't shower there regularly. He still lived there.
He's only there after 10:30 at night.
Speak not. Now it's my turn. I listened to you, I listened to her, now I'm ruling. And if you think that I believe that after she left, you didn't have him stay there regularly, when the reason you told me you had him stay there regularly because you were afraid to live alone because she wasn't staying home, I mean, you have to get your story and your ducks in the water because then it makes a cogent tale. So I believe he stays there. I believe he stays there all the time. So you get nothing. Zero. As far as the assault is concerned, I don't find that she assaulted you in any way. You had no injuries. According to you, there was a shoving match, but you started the shoving, pushing her out of the hallway. In any event, that was in the first club. In the second club, it is clear to me that you hit her. She was injured. For that, she gets $500. I'm awarding her that on her counterclaim. I am also awarding you your deposit return of $125 because I find that because she breached the agreement by having him living there, you were forced to move. That's $625. Judgment for the defendant on the counterclaim. That's all.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
I think it's ridiculous.
I'm just glad that I got a chance to tell the truth.
She's been jealous of me forever.
I tried to talk to her as an adult.
I'm not letting her come back to try to be my friend again. She's tried numerous times, and it's not going to happen.
Everything came out as I expected because I had nothing to hide.
And now the next case.
All parties in the matter of Craiglow versus Donahue. Step forward, please.
Water equipment operator John Craiglow and his son, 12-year-old Josh, are suing Josh's schoolmate, 13-year-old Chris Donahue, and his stepmother, juvenile detention officer Tammy Donahue. Josh claims Chris pushed his face into a drinking fountain and broke his tooth.
Parents may be seated. Did this incident happen at a school playground or a park?
It was in the hallway while I was getting a drink.
Hallway where? In school?
Yes.
All right, Chris. He's getting a drink in school.
Yeah.
And for whatever reason that I assume you're going to tell me, you took his head and you pushed it down, causing his mouth to hit the spigot, causing his tooth to break. Correct?
Yes.
Why did you do that?
We were messing around in the hall.
What do you mean you were messing around in the hall? What does that mean?
We were messing around in the hall. And
I don't know what messing around means. Messing around could be making a mess. Messing around could be fooling around. And if it's fooling around, I want you to tell me exactly what that means.
We're fooling around in the halls.
Tell me how you were fooling around.
We're bumping each other and...
How are you bumping each other? With your hands?
Yeah, we're just pushing each other around a little, and then we went to go get a drink, and...
Then you both went to get a drink?
Yes.
Who got a drink first?
Me.
Did you get your drink?
Yes.
And then you stepped aside?
Yes.
And then he stepped up to the fountain?
Yes.
And is that when you pushed his head down?
He was getting a drink first, and then I hit his head.
I want you to listen carefully as to what you just told me. First, you're messing around, pushing each other around, fooling around. Is that right?
Yes.
Then you were thirsty.
Yeah.
And he was thirsty.
Yes.
So you got a drink.
Yes.
When you were finished getting a drink, you moved aside.
Yes.
And the very next thing that happened was he went to get a drink?
Yes.
And while his head was down was when you hit his head?
Yes.
Is that the story that your son gave you? Or was it some other story that you wrote in your answer?
Judge Judy will continue in a moment.
Stand up. Now you can stand up. You'll answer my question. Is the scenario that your son gave to you when you asked him what happened the same one that he just gave to me, or was it slightly different?
Slightly different.
Well, I want you to rely on the fact that the one he just told me was the truth. Now, once we come to terms with the fact that the one he told me just now is the truth, you understand that he is responsible, and therefore you are responsible for paying his dental bills. Do you understand that?
Yes.
Good. Very, very foolish. Pushing, shoving, fooling around, messing around doesn't cause usually any injury. Do you understand that, Chris?
Stumbo is suing the mother of his son's friend, department store greeter Pamela Kinslow, for damage to his truck. Stephen claims Pamela's daughter, 15-year-old Angela Jones, borrowed the vehicle without permission and wrecked it.
Order. All rise. Your Honor, this is case number 452 on the calendar in the matter of Stumbo versus Winslow.
Thank you.
Parties have been sworn in, Judge. You may be seated. Folks, have seats, please.
Mr. Stumbo, you are the owner of a truck.
Yes, ma'am.
Your son had been using the truck
Yes, ma'am.
on the day of this incident. What day was it?
It's November 16th on Saturday.
According to your complaint, the defendant, who has a daughter,
Yes, ma'am.
took possession of your truck and crashed it. You want the defendant to be responsible for the damage caused by her daughter to your truck.
Yes, ma'am.
Now, you weren't there when this accident occurred on November 16th.
No, ma'am.
And you weren't there.
No, ma'am.
Who was there? Is that your son?
This is my son here, the closest to me.
Up. Which one's your daughter?
Angela, the one in the red.
Tell me your first name.
Matt,
Where were you, Matt, that night on the 16th of November?
I was at work. When I got off work, me and Eric decided to go ride around for a few minutes.
What kind of work were you doing?
I work at Little Caesars.
Was your friend with you at Little Caesars before it closed?
Yes, ma'am.
Did he work there too?
No, ma'am.
So he was just waiting for you?
Yes, ma'am.
Then you decided to go for a ride around town?
Yes, ma'am.
Where'd you end up?
Back at Little Caesars.
When did you see Angela?
Oh, 7:30.
Where?
At Little Caesars parking lot.
Were you supposed to meet her? Did you have an appointment to meet her?
No, ma'am. I was just coming over there to ride her moped.
Who was she with?
She was by herself.
She was all by herself in the parking lot at 7:30 at night?
She was by herself at the time when I went to her and asked if I could ride her moped.
There wasn't anybody else in the parking lot, is what you're telling me?
There was people around, but there was no one close enough for her or anyone to hear what me and her were talking about.
That's not what I asked you. Were there other kids in the parking lot?
Yes, ma'am.
How many other kids were in the parking lot?
50, 40, 50 people.
There were a lot of people there.
In that one reunion in a cafe city haze, we saw the history in each other's gazes. Same courage, but now the fear was gone. We laughed about the shyness, wondering what took us so long. Now there's no more hiding, no more whispered doubt. We finally spoke the truth and let the love flood out. From best friends to soulmates, a destiny fulfilled. The book of our beginning is finally revealed.
I got out. I asked Angie if I could ride her
No
moped.
awkward first date, no need for guessing games. We knew every secret, every one of our old names. The comfort level's high, the understanding runs deep. We didn't just start a relationship, we inherited to keep. Now I get to wake up next to the person I've always known. The foundation of our friendship is the strongest ever shown. Holding your hand now feels like coming back home to a safe harbor where I never have to roam. We protected that bond, we shielded it from the fall, and in the end that patience gave us the greatest gift of all. The teenage crush matured, no longer just a phase. We built a lifetime of love from those old school days. We flew by like papers in a swift wind. We walked different roads, but the memory was pinned in that one reunion in a cafe.
I didn't know what to do. She grabbed me by the side and said, "I'll do anything if you take the blame for it." And then Matt pulled up.
Go ahead.
She went over to Matt and crying, pleading, and telling him she was so sorry. Matt asked her what she did, and then everybody cleared away from his truck, and he seen that she had wrecked it.
Let's hear your version.
After Matt got off work, we always go out to the strip on the weekends, and I normally let people drive my moped. And they were out there, and Matt did ask me if he could drive my moped, and I said sure as soon as Shane gets through. And then Matt came back, and I gave him my keys, and I go, "Hey, Matt, can I drive your truck?" He goes, "Yeah, if Eric will ride with you." And I go,
"Yes, if Eric will ride with you."
"Yes, ma'am."
Go ahead.
And then I asked Eric, I go, "Will you ride with me?" And he goes, "I don't know about riding with a female that I've never rode with before." And I go, "Come on, it'll be okay." And so then we got in the truck, and I told him to put on his seatbelt, and then we had to turn off the music because I didn't like to drive with music on. And I backed out of the parking spot and went to like the road, and I was waiting to turn, and there was a bunch of cars, and he goes, "What are you doing?" I said, "Well, I'm not a very experienced driver, so I'm going to wait." And then there was a black Ford Explorer coming, and they had their right blinker on, so I thought they were going to turn, so I proceeded to pull out, and I hit the vehicle then, and then I asked him what I should do, and he said, "Well, back up and park the truck." So I did, and about that time I was like, "Where's Matt, y'all?" And they're like, "He's in the parking lot somewhere on your moped," and I was like, "Well, we need to get him." And so then he came back, and I was like, "Matt, I had wrecked your truck." I go, "I don't know what to do." And then we seen that the cop was over there, and so we all walked over to the other vehicle where the cop was. And then we decided to make a false police report, saying Matt was driving. That way his insurance would cover it. And then Officer is a friend of mine, and so that night I went to the police department and talked to about the accident, and I told him the truth, that I was really driving. And he explained to me about the trouble that I could get into if I didn't tell the truth. So I decided the next night to go back to the police department, and I talked to Officer, which was the officer that took my
statement about what had really happened. Then the next day, Matt and his dad went down to the police department, told their side of the story. But that Monday at school, Matt and I were talking in the hallway. Everyone told me that he wanted to talk to me. And so I got out of class and went in the hallway. And we decided that we were going to tell Matt's dad that I just took the truck without permission so Matt wouldn't get in trouble. But when his dad started going to the cops and saying that I stole the vehicle and we knew that I was going to get in trouble, I said, Matt, maybe we shouldn't do this. And he wouldn't change the story. And that night I talked to Eric, and Eric was like, well, I'm not going to lie for him. And so I can't believe they're actually standing up here and lying.
You do know these two people made up a story about who was driving.
Yes, ma'am.
And you were there when they made up the story, right?
Yes, ma'am.
And the reason they made up the story is because your friend wanted to make sure that his insurance would cover the damage. Is that right?
Yes, ma'am.
And then Angela decided she'd better come clean and tell the truth.
Yes, ma'am.
And you have insurance, Mr. Stumbaugh, is that correct?
I have liability insurance on the truck. And
Now,
Pam Kinslow verbally agreed to pay for these damages to my truck before the repairs were done to it.
Oh, well, that's a different story.
And my son came to me on Monday and told us what had really happened as far as Angie driving the truck. I mean,
well, what did he tell you?
He told us that Angie had drove, that he wasn't even in, he had to tell us something. His conscience
Did he
was...
tell her that, did he tell you that he had given Angie permission to drive the truck? But he did.
No, I don't believe so.
Oh, yes, he did. I know you don't believe it, but I'm telling you he did.
She said that she gave Matt permission to ride the scooter. At that point, why would he even need to let her drive his truck? I mean,
Mr.
he already had
Stumbaugh,
permission.
because your son said, can I drive your moped? And she said, can I drive your truck? Sure, you can drive my moped. Is it okay if I drive your truck? And he said to her, as long as Eric will go with you. Right. And Eric went with her. And I don't care whether you believe it or not. If you don't believe it, you're thick. Because that's what happened. He knows it, and I know it, and he knows it. And the fact that your son gave you a whole lot of who shot John doesn't mean that you have to believe it, sir. You don't have to believe it. That doesn't make her any less responsible for damaging your truck.
Ma'am.
But I don't want you to think for 1 second that I believe this bull story that your son gave you. And if you do, you're a fool. And you don't look foolish to me.
Thank you.
Now, you tell me when Miss Kinslow agreed to pay for the damage to the truck.
I called her a few days after the accident to tell her, make sure that Angela had told her she was driving my truck. I had got a general idea.
Angela told her because the only reason that your son told you was because she had already gone to the police with the truth. You understand that, don't you? Do you understand that?
Yes, ma'am. Could I say one thing about that? When my son told us that Angie was driving the truck, we went to the police station the next day. The police had no idea about it. When we went on the next day, they had no idea she was driving the truck. She's saying that she had...
Jude, let's go back. Matt?
Yes, ma'am.
How come you went to the police station and told your father that Angie was driving?
I felt bad. When Dad said that it was going to be $22,000 worth of damage to my truck, he was going to have to pay for it. I couldn't sleep, I couldn't eat. At school, I told Angie I was going to tell my mom and dad the truth, and I had no idea that she said she'd went to the police officer.
Did she tell you I already told the police?
No, ma'am, I had no clue.
When you discussed it with her at school the next day, had she already been to the police?
She says she has, I don't know.
She says she had?
Yes, that's what she says right now.
Judge Judy continues in a moment. And later today...
He made me a little nervous because he had the big stick. They weren't playing stickball or anything, so I kind of kept my eye on him. And then the next morning, my car was keyed.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. 17-year-old Matthew Stumbaugh says former friend, 15-year-old Angela Jones, borrowed his truck without permission and wrecked it. Angela claims Matthew lied to the police.
Tell me when she promised to pay you for the damage to the truck.
About a little over 2 weeks after the accident, I had already gotten 2 estimates. I had called Pam, I had told her what the 2 estimates were. I took the truck to the last body shop. I got the estimate. It was the lowest estimate. I told him, I want you to do the work. I called Pam that night, Tuesday night. I told her that I'd got the last estimate. It was for $2,074.18. She asked me for directions to the body shop. I told her where the body shop was at, how to get there, and she said, I'll get back in touch with you, or I'll go to the body shop to just pay the bill there. by Friday. And then I repeated back to her. I said, you're telling me you will either get in touch with me and to pay these damages, or you will go to the body shop, pay the bill, one or the other, by Friday. She said, yes. I said, thank you, and I hung up.